Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. If you are new here, my name is Nishitha. I upload videos on foundation reviews, sometimes makeup tutorials, and also get ready with me's. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and join the family. And in today's video, I'm going to review a new foundation. It's from Estée Lauder. It's called their Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup with SPF 45. I think 1 year back, I had finally tried the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It was, I think, one of the OG foundations everyone used to like here on YouTube. But to be honest, for my liking, I felt it was a little bit too drying, and I do feel like, better foundations have come out since that release. It's been ages. So I wanted to try this one out and see if this is more dry skin friendly when compared to their original one. So I'm going to look at the ingredients and see if this has, physical sunscreen or chemical sunscreen. I do not see any titanium dioxide. Usually that is like one of the ingredients a physical sunscreen would have. But again, this has zinc oxide. So I'm not sure if this is a physical sunscreen or a chemical sunscreen. And let's see if there is any alcohol or perfume listed in the... Oh, there is perfume, but it's like at the very end of the ingredient list. So I don't see any alcohol in the ingredient list, but it has fragrance in it. So let's start applying the foundation. Before that, let me swatch the shade for you guys. So in the original foundation, when I tried it out, I was in Arizona and I had like a lot more tan than I have right now. So at that point, for W1, the shade that I got was a little bit light for me. But hoping this one would be a good match. I mean, at least when I swatched it in store yesterday, it looked like a good match. And you're also supposed to shake this foundation. 5W1 was too dark. So, yeah, I think I can make it work. Yeah, looks like a good match. Might pull a little bit ashy around my mouth. Hopefully, I can fix that with a darker concealer. Let's see what we can do about it. But this is how 4W1 Honey Bronze looks like on my skin. I can already tell that it feels very hydrating. And it also has this, glow to this. So I'm excited. Let's see how this one works. So I actually haven't seen like any reviews or people talking a lot about this foundation here on YouTube. So that also made me curious as to how this one would work. So let's get to the application. On one side, I will use my beauty blender, and on the other side, I will use my Real Techniques buffing brush. So it is a flawless foundation with breathable coverage and a radiant finish, powered with Estée Lauder skincare to hydrate, soothe, and protect. So it's going to give you a medium coverage with a radiant finish, and it's for normal dry combination and oily skin types. So it has chia seed extract, which is going to nourish your skin, and probiotic technology, which is going to soothe, and iron charged water that is going to give your skin hydration. It's actually very rummy. Can you see that? It's just dripping down my hands. It's very watery. So I do smell like, very faint perfume, and to me, it actually smells like jasmine, but it's not too strong. But would I have preferred with no perfume at all? Sure. But, it is what it is. But I feel like it is giving me very good coverage. Since the consistency was very liquidy, I thought it was going to be like one of those sheer foundations which you would have to build it up. But actually, even with one layer, I think I got a good medium coverage. I'll add a little bit more in this area to see if I can build up the coverage. But right now, I'm really happy with the coverage that it's giving. And it added this beautiful, glow to my skin. It feels very hydrating, by the way. I'm going to move on to the other side and apply it with a brush. You see the acne spot that I have here, even though it couldn't completely cover it, I feel like it has concealed it quite a bit. With brush, the application was a lot faster, and it did provide me more coverage when compared to a beauty blender. But finish wise, both look lovely. There are no streak marks with the brush, and even with the beauty blender, I absolutely love it. The glow is same amount on both the sides. So it totally depends on what you prefer. If you want to, save the product from being soaked up in the beauty blender, I'd say definitely go with a brush. But I personally love bouncing beauty blender on my face. But either way, foundation works beautifully. So I will add just a little bit more in this area and this area to see if I can build up the coverage. One trick to get more coverage by using less product is that when you're going with the second layer, let the foundation sit there for about 5 to 8 seconds. That way the foundation is going to set and give you more coverage than if you were to blend in right away. While that sets, let's talk a little bit about the packaging. I love the tube form and it comes with a pump. This reminds me a lot of YSL packaging with the gold and this going on. It's really pretty. And you do get 1.2 fluid ounce of product, which is 0.2 fluid ounce more than the standard amount of product you usually get with foundations. Now let's go ahead and blend this out. Oh yes, you can totally build up the coverage. Not that they claimed this was going to be like a super full coverage foundation. It definitely is not. But the coverage is not bad at all. You can get medium coverage, and you can build it up a little bit more if you layer it. And even in the areas where I layered it, it's not looking cakey or heavy. Even though it has that glowy finish, I feel like it's not exaggerating any of my pores. So it has oxidized a little bit. So this is the brand new swatch, and this is the swatch I've had on my skin for quite some time now. As you can see, this is a little bit more warmer when compared to this one. Maybe that's the reason it's not looking ashy on me yet, as it has oxidized. I don't mind that. Hopefully this is the end of it and it doesn't oxidize more than that. So now I'm going to go off camera, apply the rest of my makeup. When I get back, I'll tell you guys how everything layered on top, and then I'll do the wear test. They did say that this was supposed to last on your skin for up to 12 hours. I'll probably, won't do the wear test for 12 hours, but I'll keep it for about 8 to 9 hours and see how it performs on my skin. So yeah, I'll see you all in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back. It's currently 12:42. I think I started the wear test around 11, so I've had this foundation on for 1 hour 45 minutes. At this point, I finished the rest of my makeup off camera. Everything went on okay. I feel like my concealer did okay, blush was fine, but it's just that the bronzer on this side went on a little bit patchy. I had to work a little bit harder than I usually do to apply my bronzer today. And given, I didn't apply, any powder on top. If I had applied some powder on top of the foundation before I went in with the bronzer, that probably would have made the blending easier. But since the foundation is very dewy, I did see some skipping when I was blending out my bronzer. I think I did film it. I will insert a footage right about now so you can see my struggle when I was blending out the bronzer. But other than that, everything went on beautifully. I'm not wearing any kind of highlighter today because the foundation itself has a glow. Like you can probably see, like my entire face looks very glowy. In a good way, I want to say. I actually prefer something a little bit more satiny when compared to this one, but if you're into dewy foundations, this is it. I did set my T-zone with some Charlotte Tilbury powder. Even then, I still see this glow on my skin. So if you're into glowy foundations, you know where to look. But it's too soon to tell. I'll have to do the wear test now. But as of now, I have no complaints about the foundation. It still feels very hydrating on the skin. It's giving me a really good amount of coverage. But one thing I want to mention is that it is tacky to the touch. And I do see some transfer onto my fingers. Probably on camera, you might not see it. But in person, I definitely see some foundation stuck to my fingers. So it's not completely transfer proof. We'll see if, that affects the longevity of the foundation throughout the day. I don't personally mind a little bit of transfer as long as it doesn't completely come off my face. And it's not even settling in my smile lines. That's one more thing I keep a lookout for when I'm trying out new foundations. So far, everything looks really good. Even in the areas where I layered my concealer, nothing is looking cakey. Wherever I layered the foundation, everything still looks really good. I had like a pimple here, so I kind of made it like a beauty spot. I actually really like it there. I wish I had a birth mole there. So those are all the things that I've noticed so far. I'll continue with the wear test now, and I'll see you all at the end of my day for a final check-in. Hey guys, I'm back. It's currently 7:50 p.m. So I've had this foundation on for about 9 hours at this point. And I have to say there is definitely some pros and cons with this. So let me start off with the pros. First, it's very hydrating on the skin. It blends out beautifully. It feels very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't look that natural though. It does look makeupy, but that's actually not a big concern for me personally. Just letting you guys know. It is long wearing, like you can still see that, the foundation is stuck to my face, even though it's like a dewy finish foundation, which is not a completely transfer proof. It is still on there. And coming to the cons, the very first one that I want to mention is that the shade range sucks. They have only 20 colors. And at this point, where we are seeing like all the brands are coming with minimum of 30 shades, they need to step up. Like 20 shades, not good anymore. But other than that, the way it wore on my skin, I do see that it's caking up on my nose and, in between my eyebrows and around my nose. This area, it's looking very messed up. And one more thing I noticed, or probably you can notice now, it is, slightly unhiding my acne spots here. But that's fine. I can make peace with that because, it's been 9 hours and, foundations, since it is not like, completely transfer proof, they tend to move around. That is totally fine. But one thing I noticed is that I was drinking water and I accidentally like dripped some water on my chin and the foundation just moved down with the water. I could see like a bald spot on it. I wish I had filmed it, but I had to go out, so I had to use my Makeup Forever All HD powder to rectify the situation. But I did see that as soon as it touched water, the foundation has completely dripped down along with the water droplet. That is very weird. I don't see that happening with other foundations. I keep spilling water on myself when I'm drinking like all the time, but this reacted in a very bad way. Do you want to test that? Let me go get some water and see what happens. Yeah, let's experiment. So I got some water in this water bottle cap. So let's experiment and I hope this proves my point. I have a feeling it's going to make me look like a complete idiot, but let's just try anyway. But I swear that happened. Come on. Do you see that? The foundation? See, I'm not wrong. So you just have to be really careful when wearing this foundation. Okay, I think I can drink this water. Probably not. I dipped my fingers in. Let's not do that. Okay. So yeah, that's like one thing that I noticed. I had to use a powder because, I was going out at that point. And I couldn't just go with like a bald spot on my chin when, the rest of my makeup is covered in full makeup. It's not doing the same thing it did in the morning, but oh no, actually looking up close, I can see that the foundation has completely come off. It dripped down with the water droplet. So let's see if I would recommend this foundation. First thing, the shade range sucks. There is not like a lot many shades for you to choose from. Second thing, coming to the formula, I think it's good, but it's not the best foundation formula that I've ever tried. And finally, it's very expensive. For $45, I would expect it to work like, a lot better. I mean, it's good, but it's not, blowing my mind away. But if you have always wanted to try out their original foundation, the Double Wear, I personally don't like that one at all. And I have pretty normal skin. So if you have dry skin, if you're looking for a good hydrating option for that foundation, I'd say get a sample, give it a try. But if you come to me and ask me for a good foundation, this would not be my first recommendation. So if you're looking for a good hydrating foundation, save yourself $45 and get the Wet n Wild foundation. Trust me, that works way better on me than this foundation. And it's only $5. So that completes my review on the new Estée Lauder Futurist foundation. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.